Hey, what's up guys? Andy here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung 840 EVO SSD. Okay, so I've had this SSD for a while now. I don't actually have it in front of me. It's just a box because it's in my computer right now. This particular 840 EVO, because I was cheap at the time, is only 120 gigabytes, but it's served me well for quite some time now. So according to Samsung specs, the max sequential write is rated at 410 megabytes a second, and max sequential read is rated at 540 megabytes a second. The maximum 4 kilobyte random read estimated by their specs at 94,000 IOPS, and 4 kilobyte random write estimated at 35,000 IOPS. Comes with a 3-year limited warranty. Of course, these actually aren't anywhere near what I was getting. According to Samsung Magician and my latest couple of benchmarks, actually, the sequential read I was getting was 7,469 megabytes a second, and write was 7,395 megabytes a second. Random read IOPS were 203,191, and random write IOPS were 162,274. Now, the drive itself, currently with how I've been using it, I have just a hair under 10.8 terabytes of data that's been written to it over its lifespan. Samsung actually, for the 840 EVO line, does not explicitly state the expected lifespan. Although some back-of-the-napkin math, according to my wear level count, personally, we're looking at somewhere in the ballpark of about 150 terabytes, and some other tests on them have been shown to be at about 240 terabytes, although I have seen results as high as somewhere in the 420s. So, hard to say, really. I would imagine we can probably expect somewhere between 150 and 250 terabytes safely, probably more than likely to hit over 200, but it's hard to say for sure because there's no official word on it. The SSD itself, though, it does have a little bit lower rate of lifespan than most because it uses TLC NAND, and the way that works is there's 2-bit and 3-bit NAND, MLC and TLC NAND. MLC NAND has to differentiate between 2 bits, 2 to the second power, which means to store the voltage, I'm going to get a little technical here, to store the voltage in the flash cells, it needs to be able to distinguish between 4 distinct voltage values within that cell. TLC NAND, however, 2 to the third power, because it's 3-bit NAND, has to distinguish between 8 voltage values. So as a result, what happens is the lifespan of the drive decreases over time because the data is kept in the cells by an insulating kind of conductive wall. So as the electrons flow through them, that wall slowly degrades, and it becomes harder and harder to hold everything in. And as that happens, the band of voltages that you can safely store without them leaking or losing data gets narrower and narrower. And so TLC NAND flash-based memory typically has a lower lifespan than MLC-based NAND because TLC-based NAND has twice as many values to store. And so you may have a very narrow band of voltage, and it might be fairly easy to distinguish between 4 values, but it might be really, really hard to distinguish between 8. And so you start having problems sooner on TLC NAND than you will on MLC NAND. That being said, I don't see that really being an issue, given the fact that the power on count, according to the smart data, was something in the ballpark of like 900 something, and given the fact that I don't really restart it during the day, that means I've had it for somewhere between 2 and 3 years now, and I've only put 10 terabytes on it. So, I mean, the SSD is my boot disk. It's my daily driver for a lot of things. So a lot of data gets read and written to it for over the course of the day, and I use it basically every day. So hopefully it'll last quite a while. I do notice, though, this drive especially is particularly reliable. I love the Samsung 840, 850 series. In fact, I'm looking at getting the M2 drive on the M2 slot on my motherboard, the Asus Z170 Pro. You can check that review out over here. That has an M2 slot, and if I put an M2 in it, I'm looking at putting in the Samsung 950 because that's the same series, but the 900 series drives are M2s as opposed to SATA SSDs. So I'm looking forward to that. Don't know how soon that'll ever happen, if ever in the near future, but you never know. So anyway, that's about all I have to say for this drive. So anyway, you guys know the drill. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you disliked it, dislike it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below in the comment section. If you really like our videos, be sure to subscribe, kind of down near the description. If you really want to support us, consider changing your Amazon bookmark to our affiliate link down in the description. We get a small kickback from that, and that helps us greatly because it kind of helps fund cameras and editing and all of our setup costs, as well as help pushing in new products for us to review and helps us keep pushing out new videos. Again, in conjunction with that, if you really want to donate, also consider checking out our Patreon page. Again, link in the description. Where you can donate there. That'll really help us a lot. Both of those are a great help to us. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.